giants
People who came from the
in
sky.
the sky. Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm black. All cats. No cat, but cats. Bitch, spit them pearls back out. I want your shit.
You know, it might help if you met me outside.
What's your sign? You must be a Scorpio.
How'd you know?
I'm here. Can you see me? I'm waving.
The person I'm looking at's not waving. Heck, they're just staring at me.
Well, stare at his ass back. And don't blink. Never blink. You gotta scrunch the lips and be like, what?
You know so much about horror movies, and yet you still walk into the alley alone.
You fucking with a New York bitch. Cuckoo! Yeah!
Damn, he's on some Avenger shit.
See us some Avengers.
Seriously, Larry?
I ain't recognize your bird call.
No, mother.
What the hell?
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Welcome to the Mental Letters, y'all.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all. Is that from the scary movie? The new
Must
scary
be.
movie?
It must be from the new scary movie.
I've been seeing a lot of clips of it, and people were saying it was trash, like during the reviews. But the clips that I'm seeing are kind of funny. So I don't know if it's streaming now or what, but I kind of want to check it out.
We watched The Back Room this weekend.
Tell me all about it.
I give it a 7.
Okay, 7 out of 10. That's pretty good coming from you.
Yeah, it was alright. Just I didn't understand the point of it really, but
well, it's internet lore now.
Yeah,
so...
I think people who actually know about the back rooms and play the games, and I think there's more like media out there. There's more backstory to it. I didn't understand like what's the point of going there, because it's just I didn't understand the point of going in there.
It's
So,
like, why would you go there?
why would you put yourself in jeopardy?
So the credits will roll real quick for you then.
Yeah, but this is crazy. And then I would have called the cops and be like,
y'all deal with it.
look what I found.
Oh boy, so funny. Welcome y'all. I'm Shad.
I am Kobe. That's my cat Nova back there.
What up, Nova? Shout out.
I got my dog. Got a Shadow over here knocked out.
What up, Shadow? Baby Shadow. I'm tipsy as hell, so this is gonna be a good show.
Smoke them if you got them.
Drink them if you got them. I saw. So shout out to my boy Brent Huseman. He put me onto this movie called Passengers.
Oh yeah, you talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, and that's pretty good. That's also internet lore, and it didn't get good reviews in the like when it came out. But I watched it on the plane. Man, that shit fire. And you can watch it on Prime. It's on Prime. Okay. You ain't got to pay for it. So Amazon Prime, check it out. Passengers. And then we also saw a movie called Cold Storage. Shout out to Brent Huseman again. Put me on in Cold Storage. That was a really good movie as well. And that actually stars the guy from what's that movie? The where he thought they're always kidnapping his family.
Taken?
Yeah, Taken. Yeah, and also he played Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars. So that was pretty good too. That was a little bit of a sleeper. At first we were like, I don't know about this, but yeah, that's pretty good too. So check it out, y'all. If you have it now, the back rooms you got to rent that bitch, right?
Yeah, you gotta rent it.
Okay,
it's like $7.99 for Ultra HD. It just
I will buy it at that point. It was good.
I wouldn't have bought it. I'm gonna watch it again. It just doesn't. It's not my type of horror. I think I get it. People are scared of it. It's just not my type of. It kind of leans too much into the uncanny valleys for me.
Okay. But you like Uncanny Valley?
I do. I just didn't like that movie. It just wasn't hitting for me. I can't explain why. But I mean,
there's no obsession.
It's no.
Okay.
Obsession was so fire. It's no obsession, but it was good.
Okay.
It was, yeah, but so yeah, for sure.
Cool. So we have a story time show for y'all. This is, and we're gonna get. I mean, the show was kind of developed to be a reaction show, whatever. So we're gonna do 2 parts because it's a little long. And honestly, this is probably one of the most disturbing hauntings that I've ever.
I hate when your door opens like that, Rashad. I know it's your dog.
Shit!
But
When the dog come in.
yeah. Yeah. So we're kind of. I don't know if we're. I guess we could say, y'all, we're taking it back to how we used to do it. We used to do more reactions, more like. I don't know. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Well, that was the concept.
That was the concept, and we kind of leaned more into the the historical conspiracy theories, and which
Right.
I enjoy. I think the audience, whoever watched our stuff, enjoys that too.
Nathan enjoys it.
Nathan enjoys it, but we're
What's
kind of
up,
getting
Nathan?
back to our roots. I feel with this story. This is gonna be live reaction. Might probably do it in parts. We might
Right.
Who closed the door? Like, what is going on in your house?
I think so. Close.
Oh my god. You over here with carry powers.
I wish.
What the
But hey, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut, man. If you guys have not seen Carrie, check it out. You can watch the old version or the remake. I think they're both good. I like the original better.
Yeah, I like the original more.
But
We talked the other day. You don't like the original Friday the 13th.
No, I didn't. I didn't like it. Am I glitching?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glitching like a motherfucker. No.
There's a lot going on today. My light just fell.
Oh no.
That's never happened.
Lose the blinds when you change your clothes. What? It was a ghost. It was a ghost. This kid.
My light just fell. Like, what is going on today?
Light
Doors
fell.
closing.
Doors closing. People are glitching. Yeah, guys. We have invoked the spirits doing this show.
They don't want us to show this one, I guess.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is disturbing. So we won't pause it a lot. We'll just, I think, bro, we should just react to it just as it goes, and like maybe do like what shall I say? She said, "Simba, open the doors." Like it was.
That was, I thought it was him because I know that's what happens, but I'm just like the door opened and the door just closed. I was like, ooh.
It's a poor build. It's a poor build. That door never latches. So
Well,
it is what it is.
At least you built yours. My door was just messed up because the owner just didn't do nothing to it.
I'm sure we can fix that. It's just yeah.
But can I say one thing? It is a blessing to own a home. So
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not even complaining too much, but
yeah, we're not gonna spit in the face of being able to actually be in a position to own property. My reaction would be to look closer. You might want to look closer on this one, man, because this story
this is a good one. This one,
pretty good.
We showed a snippet of it, so I was like, we should go ahead and try to show the whole thing. And don't mind me. Me and my brother are going on vacation, and I'm just having a good time looking at stuff over here. So I'm gonna try to focus on this.
I don't know how you can do 2 different things at one time. Like I can barely chew gum and walk at the same time. You over here looking at Airbnb.
I'm goofy. Airbnb. I'm looking at
multitasking is
boat rentals, all that stuff.
Did you say boats rentals or hoe rentals? Boats and hoes? I told you I'm a little tipsy. I told
boats and hoes.
Boats and
No,
hoes.
definitely boats. And I don't know what comes with that, but
hoes come with boats. We just got demonetized.
It's over with.
So, if you guys haven't heard the song "Boats and Hoes" from Step Brothers, Check it out.
You gotta watch. Yeah, if you ever seen Step Brothers, that is the funniest, one of the
Oh my God.
the funniest movies you could watch.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and I love it. And I don't know if they still do it now, but way back in the day, and I'm dating myself, they used to play I'm on a boat, and then they would play Boats and Holes right after, like if you're like in a bar or a club.
Yep. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do it anymore. Oh, damn.
Well, not that I've been around. Nothing that I've been around.
Hey, you've been around more than I have. Boats and Holes. The ghosts will be in there. Will be in the Airbnb Prestige World. Yo, if they're Prestige
Hey, don't do
Worldwide,
that.
that's
Hey,
hilarious.
man, don't joke about that.
There's gonna be a lot of us in the Airbnb, so hopefully all of us dudes can handle one little ghost. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's definitely I was telling my homeboy, it definitely feels like a frat party, but a lot of grown men, a lot of men who, you know what I'm saying, it should be a good time. I'm not about it.
Boss type men.
Yeah.
Boss type men.
So today, I'm gonna get this popping. I'm excited. This is a pretty, from what I saw from Rashad showed us, it's pretty crazy. So let me get this going.
All right. And y'all can hear us out there in the world, okay? Our levels are all right. Let us know.
All right, y'all. Let's hear it. It's from Into the Fog with Peter Law. In the video, it's called The Most Disturbing. It's the most disturbing haunting you've never heard of.
Yeah, that is true. It's a good one though, y'all.
Music real quick here.
Oh yeah. I
got it. Pretty good.
Oh, my bad.
Down a hallway in a stranger's home, and he sees something move. Scared,
he's a
he
good
goes
storyteller.
home thinking he could leave this cold presence behind. The presence had other ideas because it had seen him and followed him home. Prepare to be scared by a paranormal case from North Carolina that you have not heard before. I'm Peter Laws, and tonight you and I walk into the fog. Viewer Anthony Key first got in touch with me after seeing my video on the Bothell Hell House. That's an intense haunting centered around a guy called Keith Linder from Washington in the US. He was watching that Keith Linder video with his wife when she turned to him and caught his eye. She said, "Anthony, all that stuff that went on in Washington, that's what happened to your family. It's really similar. You need to tell someone about what happened."
1 second, man.
She pointed at me and said,
Well,
"Tell him."
You got it.
Well, Anthony was cautious at first. You see, he'd mentioned some of his experiences to friends before. They had giggled into their drinks, thinking it all sounded too much like a horror film to be true. As a result, Anthony has not had many chances
They won't
to
let me be
discuss
great,
what
Shell.
happened. But he knew I wouldn't laugh. And so, after sending me a tentative email asking if I'd be willing to listen, I said absolutely. A few days later, he replied with a carefully considered and, frankly, scary account of a paranormal ordeal that lasted for years. And there were moments in this case that really got under my skin.
God, when they say years, years.
He asked one thing, that certain personal
From
details
childhood
about
to
family
grown up.
members be kept private. I will honor that throughout. The paranormal events, however, he gave me full permission to share. And there are a lot of
My
them.
bad, I locked my girl
I also
out.
asked if any of his family members could back up what happened in the house. His older
locked her
sister,
out?
Samantha, has since
Yeah.
written to me and got in touch.
The door got
And
stuck
she
in
has
the back.
confirmed that what Anthony
Like the lock,
describes
it's like
is
an
accurate.
automatic, whatever.
The house in which it happened was built in 1994 on a
Well,
1-acre
she's safe now.
lot.
That's all that
There'd been no
matters.
other house on that plot before 94. I won't tell you the exact address out of respect for who lives there, but the house sits somewhere in this quiet, leafy suburb in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
North
And Anthony's mother,
Carolina.
Melissa was curious
Throw
about
your
this
hands
house.
up.
She looked into the
Take your
history
shirt
at
up.
one point.
Swing along
And
a
the closest thing to a
helicopter.
building on that land previously had
Something like
been
that.
a chicken coop, that's all. That coop had stood for decades before being abandoned when its owner died. So like I said, the house was built in 1994, the year of The Lion King and Pulp Fiction, Green
That's
Day
not an
and
old
Warren G.
house.
It's a good year.
The chicken coop
Right,
was
great
knocked
year.
down and
I
swept
went to
away,
Europe
and
that
this
year.
modest 3-bedroom home rose up instead. Nobody passing this house would have any clue of the havoc that would occur within those walls, not least Anthony and his family when they
That's
moved
the house
in.
is pretty nice.
He was around 7 years old at the time, and he had 2 sisters with him, Tabitha, aged 1 at the time, and Samantha, who was aged 2. His father, Dale, was an avid dirt biker, and the house was right next to his favorite trail.
Cuz in the building.
I could see the woodland
What up,
on aerial
Cuzzo?
shots of the area right by
What
the
up,
house.
cuz in
And
the
they even had a
Izzo?
private entrance and
My
exit,
favorite
so Dale must
second
have felt like it was a
cousin.
lucky break.
On
That
both
first year at
sides.
the house was a good
Let's
one.
go.
Anthony's dad built his mother a private office in the tanning room in the basement. I was able to confirm that too. The house was on the market recently. I'm on the images of the basement. You see
tanning
this
room's
tanning room
wild.
still there in the house.
Yeah.
But the
You know, her
good
ass
times
was
sadly
leathery.
did not last. By the second year, his parents' marriage had broken down, and within the next year, they were divorced. Anthony's mother was given primary custody and moved out, while
Bell's
his
outside
father,
right now.
Dale, kept the house. So Anthony would stay with each on a rotating basis.
Yeah. He invited me,
The
but
divorce was not easy
had a
for
show.
Anthony's dad, who at one point in his
Should've
life
told
had
me.
genuinely thought he was going to be
Hell no,
called
man.
to be
Said,
a
"We rockin'."
Christian preacher. Yet the separation hit him hard, and he went through an extremely difficult period. It was
that's
during that
tough.
time when his dad went to visit a friend. And it would be this visit that would change everything. when
Okay, this
Anthony's
is
dad
important,
took
y'all.
him
Lock
to
in.
a haunted house. One thing you'll notice in tonight's case is that the family tries hard to ignore the strange activity around them, but as you'll hear, pretending it wasn't there didn't help. It made things worse.
It never
I think
does.
that's true of a lot of things in life. I've known people who have put off going to the doctor
So
because
I
they
just
think
want
that's
to
more
be.
scared.
Can I clarify a few things?
And they hoped
Yeah.
whatever
So they moved into this house, and things were happening. Even like, is that what do they say the reason why they got divorced was because of the house, or like?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So nothing
No,
like. Go ahead.
Nah, they just moved to this house. And the divorce was just a thing that happened,
Okay.
But this had nothing to do with it. But his dad kept the house.
Okay.
His dad kept the house, and his mom moved elsewhere.
Okay.
was bothering them would simply pass. Sometimes that works,
Oh,
but sometimes it
Fast
really
forward this, bro.
Fast forward.
Unless niggas need to hear this. It's like an ad, basically, type shit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he's like, go to the doctor, my nigga. That's basically what he's saying. But I don't know how long it is.
really doesn't. And it just means carrying around weeks, months, or even years of unnecessary worry. At his house that weekend, and on the front.
Okay, bet. Here we go. We're good.
Anthony was around 8 or 9 years old at the time, and by his own description, he was a very literal-minded child. He prided himself on acting more grown-up than he probably was, and he found the idea of the paranormal laughable. So when his dad, preparing him for an evening out, said to him, "Hey, we're heading to a haunted house tonight," Anthony was certain he was being wound up, that it was all just a joke. He was staying at his dad's house that weekend, and on the Friday night of that weekend, he was told they were going to visit another guy called Harley. Now, Dale had a new girlfriend at the time, and Harley was a friend
Hey,
of hers.
Kobe, real quick. I pause it. Hey, do you remember that one time we did the show with Cuz, and he just got up and walked in front of the camera on the way to the back?
You're
Well, I gotta go to bed.
Cuz, where they do that at?
Like, Cuz, we're on live.
We're live.
What are you doing? And then he's like, well, do you want a beer? Yes, I love a beer.
You're like, my bad.
All right, anyway, back to the show.
And on the way over, Dale gave his son 2 pieces of information. Firstly, that Harley's house was haunted, but second, he was told that some kind of accident had taken some of Harley's family. And by the sound of it, his wider social circle had not fared much either, because almost all of Harley's friends and relatives were now deceased. His dad knew that Harley was lonely in the big empty house, and so he thought it might be nice for them
Best
to go around and
co-host
just sit
ever.
with the guy and keep him company for a while. But as they approached the house, Anthony was told firmly, do not bring up the haunting, and please, whatever you do, do not bring up the deaths.
All right, so he's on his.
So Anthony and his
on his
dad
way
just
to
sat with
the
this
dad's
shell-shocked man.
the dad's
It
friend's
was
house.
strange
it's
and
haunted.
awkward, but even worse for an 8-year-old, it started to get boring. So after sitting listening to the clock tick, Anthony asked if he could get up and have a look around the house. Something to do. Plus, it was a big place, so it was worth exploring. Dale shook his head. No, Anthony, just sit down. But Harley was different. With very little expression, he shrugged and said, I don't mind if you look around my house. But as Anthony got up to leave, Harley had one eerie condition. He said, don't go into any room that doesn't have a light on. Anthony nodded. Fine, shouldn't be too difficult. And then he left the two grown-ups so he could explore. Now, Harley's room wasn't a problem because it seemed like every light in the house was blazing, almost like Harley wanted to keep on as many lights as possible. But the deeper he got into this home, the more he noticed here and there a few darker doorways. And being told not to go into these rooms, well, that became irresistible. What could Harley be hiding in?
Fuck that. You
So
told me not to
Anthony
go.
looked at
I'm not
one
going to
of
even
these
explore
rooms
the
with
house, bro.
No. I know you say we shouldn't pause, but I think there's some things like, hell, if someone said don't go in the dark rooms, like, I got you, bro. I'm not going to go in there.
I'm not even going to explore the house then. Like, what's in the dark, bro? I'm not going to even explore the house. I'm like, you know, I would sit my ass down.
I guess we're not literal people. So, like, if you're someone who takes things literal and you don't believe in ghosts, maybe, you know, you would take that chance.
But he didn't. So there's that. We know better, though.
Yeah.
Lights off and crept towards it, the doorway gaping back. He admits that he didn't feel like this was his finest moment, and he was fighting against an internal voice that said, don't do this. He said not to. But you know, the button that says do not press is the button we want to press most of all. And so he looked both ways in the hallway, and he popped his head into the unlit room. He immediately realized it was Harley's daughter's room. Was she alive? Or was she one of those dead relatives he didn't know? But invading that space like that flooded Anthony with a sense of guilt. So he backed out of that room feeling terrible about it and decided, okay, I'll do what I was told. I'll only stick to the lit areas after that. As Anthony walked around the rest of this massive home, he couldn't help but think about his dad's words, not only about the deaths, but the claim that the house was haunted. But the thought of ghosts didn't make Anthony scared. It made him laugh.
Yeah.
In fact, just for fun, he started pretending as he was walking around this house to start jumping at imaginary spirits, performing exaggerated terror for an audience of nobody but himself.
Good to see you, brother.
Before? I've done that before for a laugh.
Shout out to Australia.
Tell me in the comments if you've done that too. So Anthony was quietly laughing and no doubt feeling proud that he was clearly a very brave kid. But then he just happened to walk past one room in particular, a large office. This room wasn't in darkness, it was very brightly lit, so should be okay to go in. It was when he stepped into the doorway that he froze. Against the wall, as clear as day, he saw the cast shadow of a large, well-built man. Now, Anthony's first instinct was not fear, it was relief. You see, his dad had said that they were going to sit with Harley to keep him company because he had nobody else in the house. So when Anthony saw this shadow cast on the wall...
Hey, what y'all drinking on right now?
Finally, someone else has turned up. This guy who's casting the shadow, he can sit with Harley instead. Me and my dad can go home now. So Anthony called out to his dad to say...
He thinks that somebody's in the room. He sees a shadow and he thinks there's somebody there. So he's bored as fuck because this guy is sad. This guy has lost a lot of members of his family. So his dad is being a good friend by going there and just hanging out with the dude.
Right.
But the kid is bored, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he wanted to explore the house. And so when he sees this shadow on the wall, he thinks somebody else is in there. So he hollers out, "Hey, yo, there's somebody here. We can leave this bitch." That's how he's feeling. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I thought he's like just wanted to leave because I don't know why he wanted to leave. He's wanted to leave because there's somebody here to be with him. Okay.
He's just bored as fuck because there's nothing for him to do. You know what I'm saying?
But that is when something crazy happened. The shadow on the wall turned as though it had heard him. And then it moved. Not walked, not stepped. But it moved in a way that revealed it was no ordinary
dirty
shadow.
Soda, Dr. Pepper, and coconut cream with ice.
Casting it, you see.
No alcohol. I love it.
This was a singular dark figure.
Is it good?
And now it was aware of Anthony looking at it.
So see, since he called out, it noticed him.
It suddenly lunged at him. Anthony stepped back because before his eyes that dark shadow suddenly lost all sense of shape and it became formless, and then it was gone. The kid was astonished at what he had just seen, but he was eager to find an explanation, so he ran into the room after the figure. Because was there anyone there actually to cast the shadow after all? But no, there was nobody in the room, and there was no other door from which someone could have walked out.
Yeah.
And he stood there alone, totally confused, and the dread of it returning caused him to hurry back to his dad, who was still sitting with Harley. He wanted to say what he'd seen, but he didn't. Instead, he returned to his seat in silence.
Probably should have.
Should have said something.
The adult spoke now and then. He's got no memory of what was said around him that night. He just sat there still and silent, his eyes no doubt casting on the doorway now and then to see what might come loping in. But then finally, his dad said, "It's time to go." And Anthony, able to breathe again, rushed out of that house, dived in the car, and on the way home, he finally got it out of his system. Dad, I thought you were joking about the house being haunted. It is haunted. It must be, because I think I saw a ghost tonight. His dad laughed at this and said, "Told ya."
I'll be back.
The visit to Harley's house happened on a Friday night. That very same evening, Anthony could tell something was very different when they got back to his dad's house. Because he started seeing shadows out of the corner of his eyes. Dark, flitting shapes that seemed to hover just long enough for him to notice, but then they would dart away at the last minute as he flicked his head towards them. He told himself this was just nerves, his imagination running hot after Harley's house. And all he had to do was hold on in this house through the Saturday and the Sunday, and then he'd get back to normal at his mum's house. But by the time that came, he had no doubt whatsoever that this was not his imagination. The shadow figures became more and more consistent.
It followed him home.
He knew it. He had been trailed home by something. Something in Harley's house had seen him and followed him. In the months that followed, that same pattern settled in for good. But then other people in the house started to mention it too. They also were seeing dark shapes rushing around the room. But then the shadows were joined by other things. They started to hear soft footsteps treading through the house. Cabinet doors that had been firmly closed were found gaping open. A bedroom door would swing open on its own. It had never done that before. And then Anthony started to hear a voice. It was soft and low, and it was calling his name.
Uh-oh. Have you put the comments up yet?
Hell no. No, wait, what? My bad, y'all.
For
No,
a
I'm
child,
not.
but frankly, for an adult too, I'd
we
be
can do this,
frightened
too.
if somebody was calling my name, wouldn't you? And not only that, the other members of the family started to hear this calling voice too.
What's that?
At
I
first,
saw
they
them
were
for
saying,
years in my
I
house.
heard the voice
I'm
again.
like,
Did you hear the
what?
voice? But then they kind of got to an unspoken collective choice to just look the other way and filter out these voices. Life
crazy.
in their family and their house was already very complicated. I won't go into why, but nobody wanted something paranormal on top of that.
I think Bill mentioned that before,
this
though,
method got
hasn't he?
so ingrained in him that he still does this today. His wife finds this especially annoying. She will call him from another room, but his brain is so used to ignoring things unless he can see them right in front of him, because that was the only way he could cope
Yeah,
with that.
I don't answer
house.
shit. Like,
The voice
if it don't
and
sound,
the flitting
if
shadows
nobody's
and
there,
footsteps was
and I hear
only
my name, I don't answer it.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one time, I've told the story on here before, but like the whole family was gone. I was probably maybe 13, 12 or 13. All y'all were gone, and I was playing video games. You remember they had the video games in the family room. At that point, they weren't in our room yet, and something clearly said Rashad from the kitchen. That house on Markham Point. Yeah, something clearly said my name, Rashad. Nobody was there, But mom and dad had already prepped us for that. They said if you answer, if something calls your name and nobody's there and you answer it, that's the devil calling you. That's what they said. So never answer it.
Answer that.
Yeah. So, and that's also a thing in the rural Appalachian Mountains.
Man,
Like,
I bet you heard that and left, huh?
Bruh, I heard it and I was so into Mega Man, I just kept it pushing. I just kept it pushing. But bro, I don't know if you remember like where the TV used to face the dining room. So if you were playing the game, your back was to the dining room. That's where I heard it come from. What Benno say?
The kids would wake up screaming sometime in the middle of the night, all scared. He saves the house many times, even in holy water to help, but they still hung around until they got older.
Shit.
Man.
Did they move around after that? They left after the kids got older?
I've only had a few times I've heard my name, and I hate that I react to it.
Ooh.
I hate that I try not to react to it, but I definitely will. I will look. Not in my house now, but like pretty sure in my homeboy's house that was haunted. So I heard my name before, and I kind of looked.
The one that's
I remember this.
Yes, we had. Yeah,
because where I heard the voice, no one should have been home. But then when someone needs the bathroom, they came back and I said, "Is Stevie home?" And he was like, "Nah." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And just kept it pushing. I heard the voice in the basement. I heard someone say Kobe. I was just like,
in the basement, bro?
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, oh. But I just kind of, like you kind of just push it off. Like, maybe you didn't hear it. That's what I kind of did. But like, I'm hearing shit maybe. I hear my name a lot, so. Not like, but like out in crowds and shit. So like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like the people who debunk it, they always, what did they say? Oh, no, we saw that one. What did he say after that? So we showed that one.
Just nope to the
left on together now. The president. That's awesome. So you got it out of there. So that's dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Wow. We got to tell Benno story sometime. Benno, we got to have you on the show, bro. So Benno said, CT, I know what you mean, bro, but eventually sometimes you have to address it. I don't know, man. Agree to disagree on that one, bro. I'm not gonna address.
I used to hear it a lot, like outside. Like I'd be outside playing, I hear someone yell my name.
Really?
I just kind of be like, it's kind. I didn't say anything. I just kind of kept it pushing. Like maybe I didn't hear that, but like I'll be with Lauren now and she'll hear my name. Yeah. There's been a lot of times.
Bro, say what?
I'm like, did you hear that? She's like, yeah, someone said your name. And
oh my God. No, that's not okay. She heard that?
It's like, most of the time it's in crowds, so it's okay. But sometimes out in the middle of nowhere.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I don't know if you need to address that, gang.
You said, ha. All right, I'll keep it playing.
All right, we'll keep going.
Because then the presence in that house took shape on one terrifying night.
What? Oh, wow.
It was a hot summer evening. And Anthony was at his dad's house again. It was around 9.
So I had a lady whisper, hey, in my ear at the school I worked at. And no one was there, gave me the chills. I went back to work. Yo, Nathan got some crazy ass stories too, man. Bro, you got that one thing done yet?
Yeah. Actually, it's I lied when I said, but I'm basically done with it. So
Okay.
I'll put it out.
Nathan got some crazy ass stories, man. Oh my God, yo, that's wild. All right, shit.
Let's do it.
That's why we're here.
I feel like never mind. I'm gonna play.
What are you gonna say?
It was dark outside. His dad said he needed to pop out to the store, so Anthony was left in the house alone. The heat was sweltering. They had windows open to let in a breeze.
So you know, the kid's home alone.
And when Anthony was waiting for his dad to return, he suddenly got the impression that he was not alone. something in his subconscious told him to look at the window.
Look
When he did,
closer.
he wished he hadn't. The blinds were up. The view to the darkness outside was clear to see, which meant when he looked up, he was staring at a tall, black and solid figure standing right at the window. That thing was watching him through the glass. His blood ran cold. But his first thought, and he was very clear about this, was that's not supernatural. I've got an intruder. There's a prowler or a burglar or someone, even worse, staring into the room right now, staring at me. Anthony didn't hesitate. He knew his dad had a handgun, which he kept on his desk. So he leapt up, raced for it, he grabbed the .38 and lifted it, ran directly back to the window to the figure. Surely the sight of a gun is going to scare this stranger off, he's thinking. Yet once he was back in that room, the figure had gone. Had it moved around the house? Scared and confused, he put his head out of the window and into the night air. He saw nothing.
Bro, brave.
Wait, how high is it?
So he pulled his head back in. He closed that window. He lowered the blind. But the moment the blind dropped, he had that same sensation again. The one he had felt just before he'd seen the figure. But now,
I'm assuming it's on the ground floor, but I don't know.
Outside, but inside. And that's when he realized that the blind in front of him and the large shadow cast against it was not his shadow. He froze and he stared at this as it shifted. It was moving back and forth. It appeared in every sense to still be watching him. He told me this. I leapt back and I sat on the couch trying to act like nothing was happening, but on the verge of tears. I still had my dad's pistol in hand, but obviously I knew better than to fire it at shadows.
Right, what's that gonna do?
He sat there on the couch, waiting, desperate, not wanting to do anything, and he did not move until his father came home. Dale Key, the dad, eventually returned, and by then the shadow figure had gone. Desperate now, Anthony told his dad exactly what had happened. Dale shrugged it off and told him to try not to worry about it. What? Years later, Dale would admit to Anthony that when he was in the house, he too had encountered that same shadow figure at the window and inside.
If you're a father and your son tells you that, you don't want to scare him, right? So, like, even if you have experienced that, what would y'all do? Y'all got kids. What would y'all do?
I would do what Benno did. I would sage and holy water and Holy Spirit in my house until that thing decides to leave. I'm gonna Kamehameha away that sage and holy water.
I heard that. Oh, did you see this? We missed this. Since you got the frequency to hear that shit, to hear your voice or your name and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You got feel. You can feel it, and maybe you got frequency powers, man. I don't know.
I hope not.
But the thing about it was that, like his pops, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you sage and do all that too, obviously. But would you, if you had experienced it too, would you tell your son that you didn't experience it too?
You tell him too. Yeah.
Okay. I think our dad would too.
Yeah, Dad would definitely tell us. Dad, but yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, he said we did that sort of on the down low, so we did not ramp the fear. Oh, see, okay, because that's another thing. Like, do you want to scare your kids? Our old man would just like, yeah, I seen it too.
If we saw it, he would say, yeah, okay, I ain't gonna lie, I saw that too. But if he didn't say anything, he wouldn't say anything.
Right. But they did it low key, and I think a lot of families would do that.
Yeah,
they do it low key as not to scare the kids. You know, I mean, a lot of people protect their kids. Our parents are always kind of transparent with everything.
Yeah, when it came to that stuff.
Yeah, they're real transparent. So, let's see here. It's a hard one. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro, because you have kids and they're your kids, so you know you're sworn to protect them. But how do you protect them from something that you can't see, touch, smell, whatever? I mean, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can hear it.
I like that. You gotta fight the power.
There's something about that, the sage and all that. I don't care what religion you believe in. There's something to that.
Yeah, praying. All that
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
At the
part.
home, and that it had done exactly what it had done to Anthony, not just once, but many, many times. Now, up until this point, the activity in his dad's house had been disturbing, but perhaps at a stretch you might find a corner of your mind where you could put it. Shadows caused by tricks of the light, sounds from an old house settling in, breezes seeping through cracks of wood that just happen to sound like a voice calling your name with perfect articulation. But in many haunted house cases, an event can come that simply cannot be explained with the mind alone, which is why we now need to
Yeah, I
talk
feel that because some of it is
about the
mental
chair.
too.
One
You're
summer, Anthony's
fortifying
dad took the
yourself
family to Carowinds. That's
against
a
it.
popular Six
Because you
Flags
have more
amusement
power
park in Charlotte, North Carolina.
this round than
It
they
would be-
do.
Yeah, it's just finding out how to use that power.
Right. You have way more power than it does in this realm. So,
Right.
but if it throws you off, messes you up, fucks you up mentally,
Because logically, if
then
ghosts
it feeds off of that.
and stuff had the power, they'd be doing more damage to people.
Oh, absolutely.
So obviously they know something like, or whatever, not ghosts, whatever, spirits, whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it is, but there'd be more of them doing more of that harm. So I think, yeah, it's using your powers and figuring out how to banish them, honestly.
Yep.
A day of
That
roller
part.
coasters and arcade games. Sounded like a great day out. But Anthony didn't want to go. Firstly, he was feeling a bit more grown up these days, so he wasn't too fussed about going on the Wayne's World hurler coaster that had just opened at Carowinds a few years prior.
I remember that was a thing.
Secondly, it was crazy hot outside and their air conditioning was finally working, so he preferred the idea of sitting inside and enjoying the coolness than standing in line all day getting cooked in the sun. But thirdly, his dad had just got
God damn it,
cable
Nathan.
TV. The idea of sitting in a cool house all day, eating snacks and watching as many channels as he could take was just too hard to resist. So he begged his dad to not go to Carowinds.
They got
Dale
run the
didn't
spectrum.
take too much convincing to say okay, because after all, the ticket to that theme park at the time was about $50. So after
Even
making
back
sure
then?
Anthony,
Damn.
are you sure you don't want to go? You can if you want. He said, no, I don't want to. His dad agreed.
You wanted
And
to
so
see the
Dale and the
house?
two
Yeah,
girls
you're
headed
stupid,
off
dog.
for a
I'm
very
sorry.
hot and noisy
By
day
himself.
in Charlotte.
You know it's haunted.
Anthony whacked on the AC, sank into a massive and
This is
old
bad
comfortable
decisions
chair,
going on
which
right now.
sat with its back against a wall, and he started flicking the channels. He spotted that one of his favorite movies was about to come on, the Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy comedy Bowfinger. Anyone seen that?
Okay.
It was around noon
It's not that great
when
of
he
a
got
movie,
hungry
but all
there.
right.
So he grabbed a frozen burrito in the kitchen, tossed it into the microwave, and he set a timer for a few minutes.
Oh,
And
I
he
used to love
decided
frozen
why-
burritos back in the day.
Man, what?
Shit.
Couldn't
Say
eat it
less.
now, but they were good back in the day.
Bruh. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trash now, but back in the day, bruh.
Man.
Yeah, adolescent young man with no home. Yeah, but Nathan is haunted, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'll go to the homie's crib, eat their
Yeah.
fucking burrito.
Or maybe he's used to it, so it's not a thing for him. I don't know.
Nick, he just saw the thing and you would still do it?
Oh, you still like them? You still like the burritos, bro?
Oh, the burritos.
Okay. I'm a
If you put them in the oven, they're good. I ain't gonna lie. I've had a few the bean burrito ones. I like
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, it's hard to miss with the beans, but bro, they're not like how they were in '94.
No, then back in the day, no.
Come
Like
on.
remember like Tostitos pizzas?
What? Man, I lived off that shit, man. Back when I was in college, what
They
are
were
you
so
talking
good,
about?
but you
Let's
can't-
go.
You can't really eat them anymore.
No, they're trash because me and Shell got them years ago. You know, the guy used to get them. She was around when I was getting them and eating them and shit. And then we got them like I mean about 10 years of us being together, and then like they were not what it was. Let's say that movie Bowfinger has the best scene when Eddie is crossing the road playing chicken with the cars.
Oh yeah.
I kind of remember that. Bowfinger was kind of like Eddie Murphy re-emerging back into not serious movie, but not like getting out of the kiddie Disney shit. Or not
Hey,
Disney, but
you
kiddie
can't
movie.
that Tostitos, Nate, is that oh man.
Oh, you
I
can't
lived-
eat pizza anymore? Why not?
The toast Oh, you can't eat pizza anymore. I thought you said you can't eat that pizza anymore.
Oh, what a bummer, man.
No, he said he can't eat that pizza. You can't eat
Oh, he said that
Tostitos
pizza.
anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm a little tipsy. I'm
that
missing some shit.
pizza, Tostito. I remember
Yeah, you can't eat it anymore.
He came to visit me. He came to visit me in college, and I was like, yeah, I'll load up on some Tostitos pizzas and frozen food. Bro came and looked in the fridge. He's like, you want to go out to eat? I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, I can't. He's like, I can't eat that.
Not anymore.
Not
Not anymore, bro. By that time, like that's when Sheldon and I had done our experiment. Like it was not good anymore.
You're like, nah, I can't eat that, bro.
And maybe it was my palate because you was fucking with it. So
I can't anymore. So I know now. I get you now. I like a frozen pizza. Like I like a good like a Hedgies or like a.
We don't have Hedgies out here.
But
yeah, we used to have Hedgies out here, but that shit that fool said he would have the trash pan ass standards. We say pizza rolls used to be good. Now they taste extreme.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
they
don't like
taste
pizza rolls.
so artificial. I like them, but they don't taste the same.
We have some the other day, and I was like, these are nasty. I got some from a restaurant that were fire.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah,
You know, I can't eat them anymore like I used to.
The frozen shit, man. And now, okay, so now my question is it a palate thing? Because you were cool with it, and I was like, no.
I think it's a palate thing. I used to love all that shit. Yeah, now it's like I can't even touch it.
Bro, I used to fuck with SpaghettiOs heavy.
Oh man,
yeah.
I can do bagel bites. I can probably do bagel bites, but I can't do pizza rolls.
I don't really know nothing about bagel bites.
Bagel bites, I can do those.
Let's see. Exactly, bro. A lot of food's technically not food anymore. So big fact. Hey Benno, how's your FDA out there, bro?
Because I bet they have way. It's better than ours.
They let anything ride over here.
It's way better than ours.
When I was in Europe, that's the best eating ever. And back in the 90s, it wasn't horrible in America, but yeah, European food, man, was so much better. Well, y'all eat mayonnaise. That's probably
I'm gonna confess to my black folk.
I do eat mayo.
Yeah, I'm a mayo guy. I'm not a Miracle Whip guy. I know black folks be like, oh my god, but I do not like Miracle Whip at all.
Oh, I do both.
I can't do Miracle Whip.
I'll be Jack Brown if I could tell the difference.
You're lucky. I wish I couldn't.
Yeah, I can't tell.
All
right, back to the show. Sorry,
back to the show. We're gonna try to get at least 10 or 15 more minutes into this, and we're gonna call it.
It was going. He nipped to the bathroom while it was bleeding through. He had to walk back
we are
through
trauma
the
bound.
living room to
Ours
reach the
does
toilet,
too.
which is when he noticed the large armchair in the room. That chair had been pulled away from the wall. This was a big deal.
True.
Anthony was very specific about
this
this
is crazy.
chair with me. He said it was a giant plush monstrosity that was ridiculously heavy. What's more, this old chair was so well used and battered that the bottom had fallen out of it, and this rendered that thing pretty much immovable. That same year, his dad, Dale, had been rearranging furniture. It was too heavy for Dale to push alone, so it had taken the two of them working together to push it, and it was a struggle just to walk it the short distance from one wall to the adjoining one. He stared at this chair, totally perplexed, and thought, maybe I hopped up with more enthusiasm than usual. It was a burrito after all. Maybe I somehow shifted it forward when I stood.
I mean, he was a big kid.
Of course, that makes no sense, because if anything, a swift rise from a chair would send it back a little, not forward like this, but okay. Not to mention the insane weight of the thing. So he bent over and he started to push it back into place. Do you know how long it took him? 10 minutes. 10 minutes for one teenager to heave and push and shove this beast of a chair back to the wall.
That's crazy.
I asked him what his size was back then. He said he was 10 years old and he was around 200 plus pounds.
Oh, he was like me.
It still took 10 minutes to heave that chair.
That's a lineman,
back.
Bro.
By the time he was finished, he went back to the microwave, pulled out his burrito, and not only was it done, it had started to go cold again. So he shoved it back in for another blast and finally went to do what he'd planned to do earlier, go to the bathroom. When he went back through to the living room, the chair was fine.
Nigga.
It was where it was supposed to be. So he headed into the toilet.
Okay, I thought it
He was in there for about 30 seconds. When he walked back through the living room to grab his food from the kitchen, he froze, his skin rippling into cold shivers. The chair was now sitting in the middle of the room. This was no
That's
slight
what I thought was going to
nudge.
happen when he went
This
to the
couldn't
bathroom.
have been explained by him getting up too quickly. This colossal piece of furniture had shifted, and it had...
I'm leaving. I'm just gonna leave. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that burrito. What the hell?
That shit crazy, bro.
Hell nah. What?
Yeah. Right. That's hey man. Been like
Bro.
Nah, bro. It took me 10 minutes. Move the thing. You move the thing in 30 seconds. What are we talking about?
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear you move it. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gone. It's over with.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it's over with. That burrito, that house.
That burrito.
I would have lit that house on fire. But I'm sorry, Pop. It is what it is.
Burn the whole shit down.
You'll get some insurance. But
Hey, look,
whatever's in that house, you don't want to deal with it either, Pop. I'm sorry. Sorry, Gaithro Taylor. He probably died. He probably killed me. But he would thank me later. He'd be like, you know what? God damn it. Thank you. Because I didn't know what to do with that. Are you kidding me? It took me and him to move that. And then that thing, I would have just took a picture back. This is why I did it. He'd be like, why'd you do that? Because you know I can't push it by myself right here.
Yeah. It was nobody else there. You got shit cracking up. I can hear her ass in the back.
He probably went, all right, smackety smack. But I get why you did it. I get why you did it. Because that's crazy.
Bro, guys, this thing moved furniture that he could move. He's a big boy.
He's 10 years old, 200 pounds.
Yeah, and just because you're big doesn't mean you're ultra strong. You're still a child at 10 years old. But
you're a big boy.
You're a big boy that I can't afford to bust.
You're a big boy.
I heard that.
That's like when I was a kid. I was a big strong kid, and
yeah.
He was bigger than me at 10 years old.
Yes, he was. He was a big boy. He's a big boy. Yeah.
Done so, interestingly, without even making an audible sound. When his dad got home from Carowinds, he saw the chair.
Nigga,
just sitting there in the middle of the room, and he wanted to know, Anthony, why the hell did you move that? How did you move that?
How?
Anthony explained what had happened. And interestingly, his dad did not tell him off. He didn't roll his eyes, he just nodded and said, okay.
Burn the house down.
Right.
What are you talking about? Okay.
And the two of them got to work shifting it back.
Nigga,
both
what?
Of them
There's some white people. These are some white folks, huh? We would have just left. We would have just sold the hole. Maybe not burn it down.
No offense to white people, but hey, yo,
something happen in the house,
those movies be making y'all look bad.
Didn't dwell on it. Some people feel like this is the only way that they can psychologically cope with a haunting.
Is Anthony the dude? Huh?
Who's Anthony?
That I miss. Who is Anthony? One of the people.
Oh, Anthony's the kid.
Oh, that's that nigga's name. Oh, I didn't get his name.
I mean, yeah, he is 10 years old at 200 pounds. He might be a freaking giant.
Just chalk it all down to general weirdness and move on. But the house had a different method.
That's exactly what Benno's talking about.
General, it started to focus.
That's what Benno means. Sorry, Benno.
Which always
we were a little
coming
slow.
From various places in the home, increasingly began to be heard at one particular area.
This is the story.
Basement stairs.
All right, we're going to try to wrap it after this story.
Like a spider might roam through a house until it finds the perfect spot to make itself a home. It meant that Anthony developed a genuine dread of that basement door. The act of walking past it began to carry a weight of dread he couldn't entirely account for. It was just this feeling he would get in that spot. And that feeling had not been there before throughout this haunting. This was something new. What made it worse was that this basement door had a lock on it, and people would always lock it after them. But now they kept finding this basement door unlocked. The next thing they heard from that basement was not footsteps, it was something even more alarming. They had a punching bag down there. A heavy padded bag to practice boxing or general fitness. You know what they sound like when someone hits it, right? Well, the family began to hear the unmistakable sound of someone working that bag. Sustained rhythms of impact. The kind of
putting in
power
work.
that
The monster
if you heard it in a gym,
was trying to train.
wow, this person
Hey, the monster was Goku.
into this.
It's time to banish. Banish that motherfucker. What, are you kidding
You trying to
me?
banish Goku?
It's down there working. Yeah, Goku gotta go. I'm out working Goku. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with this family? Why are they even messing around with this?
Hey man, the giant with the six fingers and 6 toes.
Man,
bro,
I would have
working
been
out,
in my local paranormal shop, but like, what we got to do to get this out of here? Because this thing's over there training downstairs to come get me.
This thing is training to whoop my ass.
I gave it 6 weeks. They said, "All right, let's get it." Like, what are we talking about?
And like, I didn't know that I was supposed to be training for this fight.
They said, "Oh, they hear footsteps. They hear the jab and a cross and the jab." What? No. They're gonna hear jump rope pretty soon. What are we talking about? Yeah, get that thing up out of there.
Rocky.
They said they heard rhythmic punches. Oh my god. They are tripping.
I am the tiger. Let's go.
Work out. Or this person is very, very angry about something, trying to show off their strength. And whenever they heard this impossible punching sound, they'd hurry down to investigate, and the door would be unlocked and open like it wanted them to come and see. Yet when they went down those rickety basement steps, the punching sound would stop, the bag would be hanging but not slowing from a recent swing, it would be totally still.
That would have been crazy.
This was scary enough, but the next incident would be once again connected to the basement, and it would cause Anthony to crumble into sobbing.
All right, we'll stop after this story.
This next part he has never forgotten. Listen to this.
What's those hands go? What's good?
Anthony
bro?
doesn't
Show
recall
your
the
hand.
exact
I don't know if
day,
you got
though he
hands for
knows
that.
He was
That
about
nigga
11
moving
at the time.
big ass
But what he
predators by
certainly
himself.
remembers
That's
is the
true. I ain't
shocking
gonna lie.
feeling that came over him.
Yeah.
He was
Working
walking past the
that bag.
basement door and noticed that it was unlocked again. This had happened many, many times, and he did not like it. Yet on that particular day, the sense of presence that always felt there was way worse than normal. He said it was like a cold wash of dread that just flooded him. It was so intense that it almost threw him into instant
I love
panic,
this audience.
because he had the sense that whatever
Why is he
emitted these
home alone
horrendous
so
feelings was
much?
coming closer than ever.
He
just
wasn't, bro.
beyond that awful basement door. So he moved quickly. He had no desire to touch the door handle, but he had to lock it because something he believed
You wow.
was coming. He reached for the doorknob and curled his fingers around
This
it
is like
to
a
lock it,
nightmare
and then
dream.
snapped his hand back in a spasm of shock. Was that
Have you ever dealt with that in a nightmare? You're trying to stop something from happening. You know what's gonna happen.
I used to. They don't like it no more though. They bust that door open and we throwing hands.
Yeah, bro. But like, if you don't know you're in the dream, you can only do that when you're lucid dreaming. Sometimes you don't know you're lucid dreaming.
Oh, I just be throwing stuff. I don't know if I'm lucid dreaming. I throw stuff at whatever is coming at me though. I always
Every
throw a
single
chair.
time, bro.
Or I run.
In a dream.
In
You
a dream.
scared. You
I run
scary.
or I throw stuff.
But you're scary though, right?
I am scared. I'm a little mad. I'm scared, but I'm mad.
as soon as he touched it, it twisted in his hand.
Hell
Something
no.
was turning it from the other side. Whatever was beyond
You
the
wouldn't.
door was
So you're telling me, bro, that happened? You wouldn't just kick the door? You wouldn't just be like, "Oh, bam," and try to lock it?
What's
You would
it-
have been like,
No, because he's just going to lock it, right? So he's not in position to he doesn't know something is gonna come through.
I would have just pushed it. The minute I felt it twist, I would have pushed it. I wouldn't have been like
That's what
messing around with that.
Nigga, that's what he's doing. You I listen to the story.
right there, and
sorry.
it was coming out right now. When he saw the widening crack in the door as it started to open, he threw himself at it and pressed it with
See?
all of his might and all of his weight, bracing his feet, his body
Big
against
boy.
the panels,
Big
pushing
dude.
with everything he had. But the door kept moving.
That shit
He
kept
said that
opening.
He was staring down at his legs, and it brought this terrible sight. His feet were starting to slide back
I would have grabbed
across
that.
the floor as this force kept pushing and pushing. Now, at this point in his life, he had grown to about 250 pounds. So this was a solid kid, yet he told me that the force beyond the door was pushing him back, quote,
Pushing
Like
250
I'm a
pounds.
greased toddler.
when he realized it would be impossible to stop this force, he couldn't do anything else but run. He certainly wasn't going to face it, so he ran away, screaming as
So
he
what
went
could
for
you
his
do,
dad.
Kobe?
Not dare.
What could you do?
I would have been in the weight room. You knew that thing was down there training for you. I would have been in that weight room getting ready for it.
Too late.
Nah, I would have been like, I would have been doing steroids and all types of
You
stuff.
do training for you.
I'm like, all right, I know one day I'm gonna fight this thing.
So I could do a montage too.
See, he messed around and got big for no reason.
He should have been doing the Eye of the Tiger.
Shit was traded. That thing was down there training for you. What you think was gonna happen?
Oh no! What was it? What was the theme song? Dun, 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 dun,
That's it. Yeah, I have the tiger. Or no,
Was Eye of the Tiger in that movie or no?
I don't know.
Am I
I don't know
tripping?
what that song's called. It's not Eye of the Tiger though. I think Eye of the Tiger is in one of the montages though. It
Okay,
has to be in one of the montages. But
gotta be.
man, that boy should have been working out. You see,
Hey.
now you gotta run. You ain't got the cardio.
He-
250.
He ain't got the cardio.
He ain't got the cardio.
He moving slow as hell down that goddamn highway.
It's gonna work. You're yelling too, using all your breath. It's a wrap.
It's over, B.
It's over. All right, we gonna wrap it after this one.
Back, especially when he heard the heart-stopping snap of the door as it slammed fully open on its hinge. Was it racing behind him right now, arms grasping, pulling at his hair? His dad, Dale, was in bed at the time, but he heard the scream. The whole street heard it. Anthony had never reacted like this. It was totally deranged panic. So Dale leapt out of bed and immediately he grabbed his gun. He ran to the basement door, gun in
He
hand,
got the
to
strap
find
on
the
him.
door was hanging wide open. There was nothing standing in the doorway, though. Did that mean that whatever had pushed through was now stalking through the rooms of their home? Crawled back to its nest in the basement. Well, Dale decided it might be the latter, and so he ran down the stairs and searched the basement. There was nothing. No sight or sound
Hell
other than the
no.
gulping sobs of his son
Gotta make a
upstairs.
pimp decision, bro.
He rushed back up the staircase to find Anthony, and he did something he did not normally do. Anthony put it this way.
My dad is not an affectionate man. Not that he's cold or uncaring. Just that his family was never physical or expressive, but he held me until I stopped shaking and looked at me with unmasked concern on his face. He said there, and has repeated it since, that it's the only time he's seen me scared, and that alone was enough to scare him.
Man, what y'all think? You
Bruh.
gonna leave it there? We got another
Yeah.
40-ish minutes left in it. So,
Yeah.
what y'all
Yeah.
think? That was.
That
I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not even gonna touch it, y'all. It's gonna be right next week.
strap.
What did you say? Silly. This dude right here. Oh my god.
Oh god. Nightmares can feel so real when I was a kid. I remember being shit. They killed the dream when I was still flying around watching it to see go up on this horrific way. Going at it. Oh my god. You dreamed that you died, bro? I've had dreams where I have a dream that I died, like, or got killed. I was being killed. But I woke up. Maybe that's what you mean. That's crazy. You saw it and the entity was still doing this thing. That's crazy. Nathan, you a fool for that. I said grab the strap.
Nathan's silly, man.
Grab the strap on. Not the strap on.
He
The
is
cat.
silly, man.
The
What
cat.
is you talking about?
But we gonna stop it there. So and trust me, y'all, that is not the climax of the story. is my favorite, but it's not the climax. Some other ill shit happens to these people when we continue the story.
I'll be right back, y'all.
All right. In the same drawer. Are you in my house right now? Are you in my house? No, I'm kidding. I mean, am I? Who knows? But no. that is crazy, guy. But no, seriously, that is not the climax of the story. Oh God, now I said climax. Pause. But like it gets deeper. It gets way deeper than that. Like other shit continues to happen to these people, and honestly, I think it's because of the shadow that they brought in, or the kid brought in. So, and this thing harasses everybody. So pretty crazy indeed. So, we'll do part 2 next week. It's a long one, but it's one of the favorite ones I've ever heard. So yeah, but we're gonna move around now. We're gonna get off of that. We can talk more about it too in the chat. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. But we're going to get into game for the gang. This is one what did it say? And then you say deeper.
Oh this dude, man.
Look closer. Yeah, great story, right? Great story.
That is crazy. I'm excited for part 2.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Again, y'all, I'm not gonna say it's only the tip of the iceberg, but there's a lot more things that happen. Yeah. Thank you, Nathan. I'm glad you like it, man. I'm glad you haven't heard it. Yeah. So, a lot of stuff we put on, you've already seen that. You're like, we already cracked that. But yeah, man. So it's a good one. So we'll do part 2 next week for the dissertation. I'm glad I didn't miss this. My man. I'm glad you didn't miss it either. Yeah, because usually I come on here pretty sober, and I decided to turn up. I don't have to travel Monday, so I was like, hey. Fuck it, let's go. I haven't had to travel Monday the past few weeks, but still, figure we tie one on because I actually chilled out this weekend. I didn't do too much. I went in the streets, so that's always good. Bro, what do we have? Okay, so we're going for a game for the game, and I am up. I'm gonna do the evil of capitalism.
Oh, whoa, this is all me, I think, this week. Okay.
Yeah, for the most part. So if it's whack, it's on you. I'm going to have a beer now. My man, I got beer in here. I got beer. What is it?
I finished my drink.
Yeah. Kobe's drinking drinks that are not beer. Attaboy. Oh, man, I ain't gonna talk about when I had one of those one time. he drinks are like they're just like light beer. They're not light beer. You not have one of those? Oh my God. You like the fancy stuff? What you get? Are you getting what you drinking, bro? You drinking PBR? Or you drinking what's that? They got this it's this thing called Dad's beer or some shit.
Dad's beer.
Yeah.
I can't drink that yet. I'm a dog dad. I can drink that.
No, you're definitely a dad. Let's see here. Let's see. Man, I just finished a cup of tea. Hey, that's what's up. You're so tough. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? Ain't nothing wrong with tea.
I like tea.
Yep. No, we like tea. I'll fuck with tea.
I love me some green tea or some whatever tea. I like all tea. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. All right. So the evil capitalism. Let's get it.
Was like the best analysis of what happened on Epstein's Island. And I actually repeated that to my dad to explain to my dad what was happening. And he got it after I explained it in your words. You said that child sacrifice plays a very pivotal role in the psychology of the elites. It plays a function of capitalism, of creating a fraternal bond.
Yes.
And I was like, the way she put that is exactly what I've been trying to say. We turn these things into these esoteric, metaphysical, spooky conspiracy theory things, and just something that's unknowable that we'll never know. It's like, no, it's business. It plays a function. And the same analysis you gave is what I saw in Israel with these.
Is it Monday
the core
there?
Of this like form of Judaism
Is it Monday in Australia?
That is super supremacist. it's darker and darker as you go into it, and it's designed to be that way because it once it gets a hold of you, now you are so sunk in evil, and that evil tentacle will make you a loyal servant from then on out.
That's right.
And your analysis of Epstein's Island, how it child sacrifice as much, and this is where we get the conspiracy theorist and the leftist academics fighting each other, right? You'll have like a Marxist academic who's saying that's all conspiracy theory and we don't have to go there. It's like, no, hold on. We need to go down this rabbit hole. We know that capitalism is bad, but we also need to know how evil it can be and how dark it gets and the tools it will use. This is where I feel like your average Marxist academic is naive. You don't know how dark it gets of control. You're just thinking in terms of exploitation and greed, but like this is more than greed. Yeah. This is way more than greed. Like, okay, you get all the money in the world, but like that's why I say Epstein class, because I know that just using capitalist class, your average American would be like, oh, what? So just business is wrong? Yeah, commerce is wrong?
Sorry, I want to make money.
Sorry, I want to make money. It's like, no, dude, it's darker than that, bro. Capitalism is way darker than what you think it is. It does not mean what you think it is. It's not commerce, bro. Yes. And so, and what happened on Epstein's Island has been happening for hundreds of years. Yeah. They did that in the antebellum South, with chattel slavery. It's nothing different. There's nothing new in the Epstein files that hasn't been being done. But now we can get modern people to realize how close it is to their reality.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Michelle was like, the trash is on you. That took a while to get to like what I was like, what are these? But no, now I get what he's saying. It's like capitalism. We talk about how like, the money aspect and, the billionaires having all this money, but like he's talking about it gets deeper than that, where the fact that there are people out here who actually are eating children and there are children sacrifice. And
they don't want that secret out, bro.
They don't want that secret out.
Corruption in the system is a human inevitability. Sad but true. Oh, big facts.
We have evidence of this because they've done it before in the South, the black people, where they ate people and enslaved people and hung people, and so it's not like we're above reproach.
And nobody has nobody pays for those crimes, and not just against what we're talking about, like when it came to American slaves, but like just throughout history, nobody paid for the crimes or the atrocities that are done to humanity. Not really. You know what I'm saying? No. Definitely not when it came to American slaves. You know what I'm saying? During the Atlantic slave trade. But like, even what's the other most recent? The World War II, the Congo, that like nobody the Congo, yeah. And we brought that up maybe a couple weeks ago, or whatever.
I mean, it's going on now. What's going on in Congo now?
It's fucked up now because of that.
I mean, there's slavery going on currently in the country of the Congo.
Well, there's that too. Shit. So,
I agree. And it's because of it's because of us. They're mining cobalt. Cobalt goes into our phones. Well, people here don't want to pay a living wage. They want to cut corners because they want to be billionaires. And so like, I kind of like, I don't want to get into too much, but like, when you get people saying like, oh, you're a leftist, but you engage in you believe in socialism, but you engage in capitalism, and it's like, well, yeah, like I don't have a choice. Like, what do you mean? People are like, oh, you bought from Amazon. Like, I don't have a choice. There is no right way to engage in capitalism. Like, you can I can attempt, to buy from black people. That's the best thing I can do. You know what I mean? Like, there is no. You're eventually gonna buy something from somebody that isn't, copacetic. So,
yeah, it's just you're kind of trapped in the machine, in the system. I always said the one grandson to the founder of Guinness went to Africa and ate a young girl and paid tribesmen to prepare them. Oh fuck! Paid tribesmen to prepare the meal for him. Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, but why? I don't understand that. Like, bruh, like that's like, how do you? So many people are fed up with our current world nowadays. Yeah. And then I think it's an awakening. It's the age of Aquarius. It's about the pop. The people just need to rise and do what they got to do, and we're just here to inform. That's it. You know,
I think a lot of the things that we're talking about are tied. I'll get into that. Let me show one more video, then I get into that.
I gotta run out real quick.
All right, this is called this video is this clip. I can't talk. This is called "The Moors Did Work." My bad, y'all. The Moors did work.
European history, right? You had the Magyars would believe that if they took a bath, that was bad.
Right.
They didn't even want to change their clothes. They thought that dirty was purity. When we talk about the Moors going into Spain and into Europe, the stories in the history, our history, says that when we met the so-called Caucasian, he was sleeping in the barn with the animals, and we told him, no, you can't sleep in the barn with the animals. We taught them etiquette. We taught them running water. We brought that technology to Europe. Now, if we brought the technology to Europe that saved Europe from the Black Plague, you mean to tell me that if we saved the white race, that we weren't already in America already? When we brought the technology, when Rome was dependent on Africa for food, remember when the Black Plague hit Rome, the cause was one of the officials was stealing the grain that was coming from Africa. So there was famine, hit Rome. If your source of sustenance is from Africa, how are you superior? I mean, when you go and you look at real Europe.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's just move on from that. I didn't.
More shit. More shit.
I don't know.
Man, motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that shit about the Moors, though. I don't know why, but they're really not trying to hear that. And I think because it wasn't taught to us, and it's in the school and education systems. I don't know how it was around the rest of the world, but I don't definitely hear motherfuckers did not talk.
I don't know. I don't know if we went there and said, "Hey, don't sleep in the don't sleep with your animals." I don't think we would have ever said that to every whatever. I get what he's trying to say though.
I'll sleep with my animal. Also, we sleep with our dogs. I don't want to, but
we did. We definitely did help them build aqueducts and stuff like that. But I don't know if we were like, "Hey, white man, don't go sleep with the lambs." I don't know if we were saying.
Well, don't do that.
But
the who? The who? and I missed the whole thing, so I don't know exactly what was said. But we do sleep.
He was kind of like, I don't know. It is what it is. We'll keep it pushing.
All right. I got the next one.
Yeah.
All right. El Mirador. Okay. All right. Guatemala more advanced than Rome. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's get it.
On a different level entirely. This is El Mirador. The city was lost, and when they found it, they discovered it has the biggest pyramid by volume in the world. 43-acre footprint connecting a 6-mile metropolitan area. They are not only larger, they are 300 years older than the ancient Roman road system. The Great Pyramid is 92 million cubic feet in volume. The main pyramid, Lodonta, is 99 million cubic feet in volume.
Wow.
Years ago, they flew a plane over Guatemala and laser scanned a lot of it, finding 1,000 new ancient sites. The ancient population estimates increased tenfold. That's not the weirdest part. This site is astronomically aligned to the Pleiades.
Oh my God.
Also in Guatemala is also aligned. The entire Yucatan is aligned.
What?
You could use the constellations to navigate it. The Pleiades were known as the Seven Serpents or the Seven Sisters in the ancient world. The similarities in design are so similar between the ancient Maya and the ancient Hindu, they should be sisters. Both were masters of sound and resonance and incorporated it into their art and architecture. Today is Guatemalan Independence Day. Congrats on 200 years of freedom, but we all know that's a drop in the bucket if you're using the long count. Have fun tonight. Be safe. I'm in Texas. I'm literally about to go party with y'all. You still got a lot of friends here in the States.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is crazy, man. So
Pretty cool.
yeah, it's very cool. And the sheer size of that thing is unbelievable. But also you have to pay attention to the fact that it's aligned with the Pleiades constellation. They're not the only ones here on Earth. So you have to like, come on, man. How do you not feel that? Like, what does that mean? How come all these cultures that we're taught in history didn't talk 3,000 years ago are doing the same shit? What happened? What happened back then to make these people build these what you call monoliths or whatever, these things that still are here to this day, and they're all aligned with the Pleiades? That's crazy.
I think that there was a world
government
government
in the Earth
where we probably were doing it right.
Yeah, maybe.
Or did it very wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. A pole shift may have just eliminated all that, because it doesn't matter how much technology you had. You can't stop what happens when
Mother Nature.
Exactly. So maybe we forgot, but this stuff maintain. I don't know if it was built after or before, because that happens every 10,000 years. So,
and they got things like that in India, things like that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I got the next one. Is I named it the Old Testament.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know. But I was just on a roll, I guess.
What Nathan said? He said we had superpowers back then with no offsets. It was a better time. I do believe that we had some type of something. We're more connected to ourselves.
Is the devil cosplaying as God?
Ooh.
The Old Testament is the devil cosplaying as God.
What y'all think about this?
We'll find out what she
Somebody's
says.
already grabbing their holy water, ready to check me, but I did not get this from just pure thought alone. This is actually written in the text, from inscriptions older than the Bible, from books that got buried in the desert. And really, all you have to do is start with one simple question. If you look at the Old Testament God and you look and you say, if that's supposed to be God, then who is the devil? Because some of these qualities ain't matching up. This is an argument scholars have been having for 1,800 years. This is not me. This is something that was known, said, and those individuals were excommunicated. Nobody bothered to tell us, but this information was actually found very close to the last temple before Constantine put the final kibosh on the Bible. Somebody buried these texts.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Nag Hammadi. This is a 6-part series, starting with the questions nobody asked about who the devil is, rolling into the history of the Bible, ending at the real story of the Garden of Eden. You can catch it all on my Substack. Every single day this week, a new part of the series will be posted. 6 parts. It goes from today.
All right, whatever. Yeah, it's good. It's kind of an interesting thought.
I mean, so we've talked about this a bunch. And, when they talk about the whole Garden of Eden type deal, and they're talking about the serpent and all that, some of that was taken from the Sumerian text, and it was Enlil upgrading mankind's consciousness.
Right.
So, but then the Bible took it and switched it up. We're saying that it was Satan.
Yeah, kind of flipping it.
Yeah, they flipped it on its head.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Let's see. Nathan said, why wouldn't they rate their history back then? You only have 1 or 2 texts that contain it. It would be easy. I don't know. I think maybe I don't understand the question, Nathan, the way that you meant it, but power, control.
I mean, there's a lot of things, and like
the
Trinity was changed, and
right
when they made Christianity very patriarchy when it didn't start off like that. So right. There's probably something to do with that, possibly. Not quite sure.
Yeah, and the thing about it is the serpent, like back in the day, the serpent was wisdom. It wasn't a bad
wisdom.
thing.
The serpent meant infinity.
Yep, it meant healing.
Yeah,
like Christianity turned it into is evil. Like, how do you make an animal evil? I was like, come on, man.
Right.
How you hate? It's an animal, bro. How's a snake evil? The serpent is evil.
I think it's interesting that we make things evil like that. When
are bears evil?
Yeah.
Like,
goats evil?
Yeah, goats. Ghosts have evil looking eyes.
They look evil.
I love ghosts, but no, serpent. The ghosts are a good one because that's how they make Satan. They make Satan like he's a goat. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. They said the story is older than the Jews. The original story of Jesus is about the son. Yeah. Oh, big facts.
Oh, yeah.
The Son of God. They made the Son of God the Son. It was S-U-N. They changed it to S-O-N. But folks ain't trying to hear all that. But I'm glad you guys are here hanging out with us. And, let's say, hey, sometimes I like being in the echo chamber. All right, so I got the next one. The only way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, bro. What the hell? All right, let's see what we got here.
The only way through hell is through it.
It won't let me play that one.
I'll play it.
All right.
Oh shit! No, it's not what I wanted. Oh my!
Oh,
trash!
Don't show that porn.
What is going on?
Hey, bro, you're probably too young for this. Some of you guys in the chat might know about this, but you remember when people used to email you this video or whatever, and then as you clicked on it, it would turn all the volume up on your computer and say, "Hey, everybody, I'm watching porn over here. Woohoo!"
No, what?
Yeah. So they would send it to you in the office or whatever, and it was a virus. Like, people weren't really sending it to you. It was a virus, right? And so if somebody clicked on it, it would grab all of their contacts, and then it would just do a mass email out. And as you clicked on it, and you clicked on the link that was in the email and say, "Hey, everybody, I'm looking at porn over here. Woohoo!" It controls your volume and everything.
That's funny.
Hilarious. It would happen to managers, officers, directors,
out of hell is
VPs.
To crawl down the devil's back. The only way out of hell is to crawl down the devil's back. This is the lesson of Dante's Inferno, the final canto of the Inferno. The final obstacle which Dante has to cross to get out of hell is the devil himself, Satan. In his frozen city of disorder, the Dantean myth, hell is not escaped by regressing back upwards from where you came, but by going deeper towards the singularity. Virgil tells Dante to hold fast. There is no way but by such stairs to rise above such evil. So Virgil and Dante clamber across Satan's shaggy back. They turn their head to where their feet had been and perform a revolution because they pass through the center of gravity. They pass the point to which all gravities are drawn. And thus they begin the ascent back upwards. In this way, Satan mathematically acts as a black hole, as a singularity, a total energy sink where all vectors point towards. And so to talk about black holes and to not have to talk about curvature and to keep it purely Euclidean, straight lines, two-dimensional, very easy, a black hole is just the extremity of a heavy object. This well of gravity most easily can be represented by a ball on a hill. The thesis being attacking the singularity. When you are skimming around the rim of a black hole and assuming ideal conditions, no friction, and a negligible initial velocity, for looking at this in terms of a hill or a trough, the potential energy in these 2 points are equal. So assuming no energy gains or losses, you are trapped within this trough. However, we are humans. We have will, just like a rocket ship has fuel. And so when entering the pull of a black hole, you are presented with 2 options. To either try to force your way back out from where you came, or to accelerate into the singularity. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. This is inevitable. This is the death. This is the threshold. This is Satan. This is the obstacle. You're going to get there. The force of the black hole is too strong. You can't negate that with your own force. And in fact, if you try to resist it, these will be dissonant forces which result in you having 0 velocity at the bottom and being trapped in the trough, consumed by the devil, swallowed by the singularity. The only way to escape the trough and break out towards the new plateau is to accelerate downwards in congruence with the force of gravity. If you don't run your feet on contact, if you don't accelerate through resistance, you're going to get trucked. When approaching the inevitable, there is no use in resisting. In fact, you should accelerate. You should go quicker.
That's what the Fantastic Four did in that last movie.
That's why in Interstellar, they performed that maneuver around Gargantua. They jettison off-mass conservation momentum to propel them forward. There's less than this. The only way out of hell and out of the black hole is to accelerate towards it and then eject the old shit that you brought with you. That's the only way you escape it. This is inevitable. The coward thinks he will live forever, but old age finds him nonetheless, even if he avoided the spears. Let death find us doing manly deeds. If you fight your fate, you'll go to it not with a bang, but with a whimper. You'll scuttle to a stop right at the bottom, very ignominiously. You can't sneak out of this life. You can't sneak past the threshold. The only way to get through the gate is to bum rush it. You go as fast as you can. Reluctance, fear, and retrogression will only leave you thumbing your nuts at the bottom of hell. Speed, vigor, strength, power, fearlessness, being intrepid, that's what accelerates you to the other side. The only...
That's why I put it on there. Okay.
That's pretty dope, but hell isn't real anyway, so...
he's in hell of a metaphor. What he's saying is when you're going through some shit, the best way is to keep going. Just keep going.
Right.
Go harder at what go harder at whatever you can go
Your
at.
hell. Your hell.
Yeah.
The best way to deal with this is go through it. Yeah. Yeah. And he's right. They use that in Interstellar, and then the Fantastic Four, they use the same maneuver when they were getting chased by the Silver Surfer. So super excited about the next movie coming out. They're gonna be in it. Was it Doomsday?
Yep.
And I will show the next clip. What y'all think about that, man? What y'all think about that? You think he's right? Think he's wrong?
You're full of shit.
You think he's full of shit? But I don't know. I tend to
I think it's cool to think about.
Yeah. Thought provoking, that's for sure. All right, the Great Reset. Let's check this out.
Reset rules to govern the post-reset world. After the resets and reset wars of the 17 and 1800s, the remaining rebels were rounded up in the Kirkbride plan and thrown into asylums. America had become completely captured, and these amazing structures from the previous civilization had been used as a foundation to establish reset rules. They established the first passport-style IDs for attendees and for the employees, and people were given diplomas for attending the exposition. Their indoctrination was being certified. The entry passes were printed by the same people that print the money. ABC Corp. They produced the money, the stamps, and the stock certificates. This company primed the population for fiat currency after the 1775 to 1815 reset period. Look, these events literally trained the population to be racist. They even had human zoos to reinforce social Darwinism. And they promoted Darwinism in their flyers. Why would you need to normalize harmful stereotypes if you were the builders of civilization and you controlled slaves for hundreds of years?
It's amazing.
When you already hold those views, why would you need cakewalks and things like this to feel better if you've already seen it for hundreds of years? These were a mechanism to train fiat people with fiat money and give them pseudo status. These cities were empty after the resets, and they were being repopulated with these orphan train babies and incubator babies. Look, see? These events were also used to misidentify people and hide the identity of the real American Aboriginals. They held massive events to portray Native Americans as savages, and they used fake Native Americans to do it. They butchered and publicly ate 700 dogs at the fair in Buffalo. The fake natives were trained to play a role in society for certain benefits, reservations, casinos. These schools are just like orphan asylums, programming centers. And the real Aboriginals that got rounded up were trained to take on the slave mentality in their asylums. And the president was assassinated at the Buffalo World's Fair. Then Theodore Roosevelt took over. Him and J.P. Morgan teamed up with Edward Curtis. Edward Curtis staged all the Native American photos that we've been indoctrinated with. You know, these type of photos. They completely manufacture Native American history. Because if everybody is an immigrant and the people that were supposedly there first were just savages, you deserve to rule the land. And the human zoos were used to treat all dark people as a monolith of savages. But these are pre-colonial permanent fireproof buildings. First-hand account of how they're permanent buildings, and many of these buildings still stand today. Fairs from east to west coast, massive permanent structures, like the Eiffel Tower. And why would they need to build temporary buildings like this if they already have old world buildings in Paris? And these are cropped vanilla sky construction photos. Just like this cropped vanilla sky photo, they literally edit the sky out. This is a display of ethereal technology. All these events are used to unveil technology. We had
the Eiffel Tower.
Tesla supposedly learned about remote electricity at the Paris World's Fair. Shortly after, at the Buffalo event, Tesla's technology was used to light up the fair. And it's funny, there's no footage or audio of Tesla. And in modern times, the World's Fairs are being used to unveil the future norms of civilization. But wait, they had video calling in the 1930s in Germany? Yep. Look, somebody wasn't following the planned obsolescence protocol. We live in a socially engineered world with artificially intelligent people.
He saw a lot. He saw a lot.
That's to
your data centers, though, bro. That's a big problem.
The Tesla thing is interesting. So I think that's an interesting tidbit. I do think it's interesting that the World Fair isn't as like glamorized as it used to be.
They were fucking lying on those goddamn World Fairs, man. There's a reset. There's something happened. I don't know if it was a great reset, but like something happened, bro. Them fires and all that shit.
You don't like when I talk about it, but I shut up about it now. Okay, so we got the same dude powered up this next one. I thought this one's very interesting. It's called the Great. I called it the Southwest. I should have called it the Great Southwest, but it's very interesting video from him as well. If it's gonna go away.
I doubt they have video calls back then too. Maybe they
apocalypse that turned the American Southwest into a desert. Let's look into the apocalypse that turned the American Southwest into a desert. The Southwest is filled with massive masonry complexes, and the so-called natives did not build them. The Navajo and other so-called natives acknowledged that they did not build these structures. The builders were called Anasazi, which means ancient people who are not us. And much of these complexes are still buried beneath the surface. Most are underground. These are elaborate structures, and we're only seeing the tops of the structures. There are thousands of buildings beneath the surface. The Sonoran Desert is the wettest desert on Earth. This region is not naturally supposed to be a desert. Both the Hopi and the Navajo claim there was a massive cataclysm, and after that, people emerged from beneath the surface. And Psalm 97 provides some biblical insight. And it's funny they call this mountain the mountain that never melts. The line between masonry and mountain is indistinguishable. Look at Chimney Rock. It's not a rock. There have been several floods and meltdowns. It's obvious from the landscape. This is a wall, not a rock. This one's 80 miles. These are not natural. Look, something fried the entire region. These are structures.
Yo, that shit got burned.
They even call this Castle Rock. This rock formation is just the melted part. There was even a sphinx. What's Ed Meyer's secret? The civilizations of Mexico are always talked about, but New Mexico had its name before Mexico. And the Aztec origin theory says they come from the north. The Mexica or Mexica are from Aztlan, from the north. Some even claim they came from Grand Tartaria. Look, but if we're talking about the originals that built the buildings, they were labeled Proto-Negroid. Even the Smithsonian said this. Let's look at their essays. The so-called basket makers, the people that built those buildings, were Proto-Negroid. A Harvard study of 500 skeletons came to the same conclusion. The Navajo and the Hopi and all of them came after these sequences. These are clans. A clan is a hodgepodge of people. They are not archetypal. And it's the same thing with the Mayans. Their skulls show traits of sickle cell anemia. Look. Sickle cell is found almost exclusively in so-called black people. The mainstream narrative claims that the Maya got regular anemia from eating corn. But the original people did not eat corn, they ate teosinte if they ate grain at all. Look. But the reality of the disease, like any, is just parasites. A host population was overrun internally and externally by parasites. And just like North America, the biggest structures in Central America are beneath the surface. This uproots the mainstream narrative of the timeline. Look. Much of the testing and dating is of the later populations that arrived. This is one of the main guys pushing the idea that Central America was filled with child-sacrificing mongoloids. Look. They only tested 64 bodies and there was no trauma. They used fragmented DNA. They ignored other sources of skeletons. And they act like it wasn't a massively diverse place with millions of people. This is all to justify the theft of the land. Consider your sources here. They destroyed and buried as much evidence as they could. The originals became prisoners of war, aka slaves. And they're now indistinguishable from the so-called Africans. This was everywhere in the Americas. That's why the origins of the Mayan calendar are missing. The originals already utilized AI to make it. America is the source of civilization, and all of this is Egypt. Let's look into the apocalypse.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. What are robots? Are they robots? Are you? What are you saying, Nathan? Yeah. So they said a lot in that. I don't think it's modern day Egypt. I just don't think that. I mean, not modern day Egypt. I don't think that the Egypt took place there. I don't. And before that, it wasn't even Egypt. It was Kemet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think he took it a little far, but yeah, a lot of that stuff, bro. The thing, and what Benno said, the existence of older advanced civilization has been suppressed for hundreds of years. I believe this is not conspiracy at all. It's absolutely not conspiracy.
Right. I know. I do agree with that. For
Yeah,
sure.
it is a lie. God damn, I should have been drinking for this show. It is a lie that we are a forgetful species. No, the history has just been stolen from us. The true history has been stolen from us. And then we fight back and forth on these platforms about what's real and what ain't.
I'm gonna say I think bro cooked. I'm not saying it's Egypt, but I think bro cooked in that video.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, food for thought at least. Yeah, definitely, Benno. Food for thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Take what you want, leave what you don't. Leave what you don't want.
I love that look.
Yeah, I gotta check in some of the information, but yeah.
Yeah, because I mean we don't fact check a lot of this.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
I just thought it was interesting.
Absolutely. All right, so I believe I have the next one. It's called The Punishment of Knowledge. So if you guys will bear with me for a second here, I will pull that up. All right, here we go.
Assume took you further and further away from paradise. Would you still walk forward? Would you still pursue to walk away from innocence and naivety? Because to know is to understand that there is a cycle to it all.
Hold on, let me take it back.
To be born is to die, and to die is to be reborn. I had a discussion with a friend specifically about the fall the other day. The most common interpretation, the one that you constantly hear, is that a crime was committed, a rule was broken, and a punishment was delivered. What does that statement alone tell you about your relationship to knowledge? In Paradise Lost, the serpent's pitch is clearly stated. Ye shall be as gods, knowing both good and evil. That is the promise, to be unlimited and boundless and be like the divine. And then Milton lets Eve reach for it with a line that sounds pretty freaking good. For a good unknown sure is not had or had, and yet unknown is not had at all, which is a complicated way of saying that to know, you have to fall. You have to experience it. If you don't know, if you've never gone through the process, you don't know jack shit. So, like we all know, then she eats, but watch what the promise actually delivers. It isn't to be godlike, it's actually the exact opposite. And he says that Earth felt the wound. And the very first thing that they opened their eyes to see is that they are naked. The knowledge that was sold as becoming limitless and like God actually in turn did the opposite. You learn that you are not one.
What that shit they be smoking?
You are
Kobe,
finite.
that takes them to the other realm
of the Tower of Babel. The struck crown,
Asawaka or some shit.
The fall from that height was never a physical drop. It was a refusal to know your limit. And honestly, this is the most important part. The fall is not a punishment for eating. The fall is the knowledge. To know you are limited and fall out of the fantasy happens at the exact same time. Kierkegaard called this the dizziness of freedom. He said that anxiety is not a thing out there. It's the vertigo you feel looking down at your own possibility. It is the gap between you and what you could possibly choose. The fall for him is the moment the human being wakes up standing at the edge of itself. Innocence does not know its own edge. Knowledge is that edge becoming visible. Milton stages this exactly, and he says, as a veil had shadowed them from knowing ill was gone. The veil was not the protection from sin. It was the protection from seeing their own limits. Knowledge tears the veil and the vertigo begins. But that's not all. When they're cast out, the gate is sealed by a sword that blazed fierce as a comet. The sword doesn't just keep you out, it cuts away at the false self. Every time you reach back again for the fantasy, it shaves off a piece of that false self. That's what eating the knowledge is. It's the continued passage across the flaming sword. Each real thing you learn about yourself costs you a little more of the illusion that you were infinite or that you were God. So the serpent told you the truth. Your eyes did open. That was never the lie. The lie was that opening them would make you limitless, and instead it made you naked and showed you exactly where your edge is. The fruit was real, the wound was real, but Milton never tells you which one to feel because they were the same exact bite.
It kind of reminds me of if you guys are anime fans of Bleach, of Ichigo, and like, you know what I mean, he gets these powers and he works himself to get to this point, and he gets to the highest point and then he loses it all. You have to learn yourself again to get to who you really truly are. I don't know, it's hard to explain that. Like Like where he is now, he really is who he's supposed to be. But it took him to fall. It took him that knowledge to understand. Like that's what I kind of took from it. It takes you to have to like understand or learn more about yourself to understand like you're not who you thought you were, or it wasn't what it's supposed to be. Like that illusion is gone. I don't know. I get that a lot, especially growing up.
What do you think about Nathan's question?
Where'd it go? So why is this? Why we have the veil? Yeah, we are so disillusioned. It's easier to be disillusioned. It's easier to believe in what you've been told.
Easier to put your head in the sand. The thing about it was that if she hadn't taken the bite of the apple, and again, that's all metaphorical.
Yeah.
There was an upgrade in human consciousness, and it just made us self-aware. Had we not done that, we'd just be like the animals.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that'd be so bad. Like my dogs live a good life.
They're not free.
I mean,
they're not because they don't know. They're not able
they don't
to
know any better.
Understand.
Right.
But like if they could understand, like, no, you should like if you were free, if you were able to go out and be and do what you want, go experience the world more, and just knew you could come back to the house, like that'd be a more fulfilling life for a dog, probably.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's the human in me, though, right? But like
because you've seen the other side.
I've been upgraded. I've had a chance
upgraded
to experience.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I think it's a dope conversation.
And then you have the forces. You have the forces that are trying to downgrade you.
Yeah.
So while you've been upgraded, you got forces pushing down to downgrade you, so that you can't see beyond the veil. That's why a lot of us can't see ghosts. We can't feel the presence of otherworldly things. We can only see 4% of the light spectrum.
And Jesus, doesn't he say you're like you need to wake, like you're sleeping, like
yes, wake up,
aren't you God? So right. like oh, so it's kind of like it might be kind of might be my whole way, my dogma. How I just feel like I am God. Like I feel we are all God. We are God. You have to learn more and get beat down more with and lose that illusion to figure like, there's actually more to this that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about last week. It's not this or that. Like Christianity makes it this or that. And then we realize now, I think it's society, like you're saying, how we're waking up, we're starting to learn like, it's this and that.
And that. Both
but
and.
also maybe that. And it's like, oh shit.
It's endless. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. Humans, I kind of came with the conclusion that we could be infinite beings if we just figured out how to get out of this shit we're doing right now.
Right.
And people think I'm sounding crazy, but look what we've made now. All the bullshit that we've done. Like, think about what we've done now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we are the source. But the thing about it is that you get dumbed down when you get back in the world. So it's Monday. It's Monday for Benno right now. He's back in the world. You're going to have all the things that are designed to suppress all your free thinking that you had this weekend.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's what capitalism is evil. Because like if you had time, if someone said, well, regardless if you have a job or not, we'll pay you $1,800,000 a month just to be an American citizen. That gives you time to have these conversations that we have right now.
Right.
It gives you time to look at the Bible. Like, this don't make no sense. Let's you know what I'm saying? But they do stuff like, believe in this. Work 40 hours a week. Have a family. Have a home. And keep you from wanting to think more about, like,
all your time, because you can because you have to rest. You have to go to sleep at some goddamn point. We got Wheezy saying that he don't sleep. And nigga, you sleep.
Sleep.
What you talking about?
And you
may not sleep like a regular person, but you sleep and you do drugs to keep you awake. Yeah, and these are the conversations that we really be trying to have on here, Benno. We really be trying to, it starts off with the reactions and the bump in the night and all that shit, cap or no cap. Most people like that more than these conversations, but this is the stuff that gets us going, that wakes us up in the morning.
We have literally touched the sky, and we sit here and debate taxes. Like it's ridiculous, and debate who has a better Messiah. But we all believe in this, like as far as the Abrahamic religions, right? We all believe in the same God. We're bullshitting, and I've came to that conclusion though. That's just me, and I'm like, damn, if y'all really got out of that whole illusion and realized that you are exactly what Jesus told you are, you are God. We could make teleporters. We could be teleported all over the universe. We're so busy fighting, and
anything you can think of, you can manifest.
We can do it all. We can manifest anything we want. We could literally have heaven on earth, and it hit me. I remember it hit me when I saw. We talked about that. We talked about this before when Elon Musk became a trillionaire, and they were breaking down what he could buy and what he could do with that. I'm like, damn, you could literally save the world, bro.
Save the world with that money.
But you decide not to. There's something wrong.
Same thing with all the Jeff Bezos, all these
right. Something we aren't something ain't right in our program.
And the thing about it, the thing about it with the programming is that these people, you have to be this type of person mindset to make that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even wired to do that. I mean, maybe you can wire yourself. I don't fucking know. I mean, anything is possible, but like, it's like the people that get that bread.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. I would never have that money. No, because I would, if I'm sitting on M's, think about that. Let's say the lottery hit a bill, right? $1 billion, right. and I had won that, and they take the taxes out. Let's say I get half that. $500 million, Rashad?
$500 million, yeah.
I'd be like, all right. I would be like, all right. Well, I'm giving some of this away. I know who I would be. I'd be like, I'd be trying to build stuff to do. I mean, I want my money back some way. Don't get me wrong, and maybe that's my capitalistic way to think about it.
Because it's a capitalist society.
But also, can we do stuff to help people with this kind of money? That's too much money.
What do you need to live a good life? To just do whatever you want to do and not worry about.
Bro,
bills.
I could live off $100,000 a year and be happy. So with that kind of money, I'd be like, well, what can we do to help? I don't know. That's why I wouldn't be a billionaire.
But the thing about it is that people are so asleep that they can't see that. They can't understand that. And maybe if you win the money, you might not be able to see it no more.
Some would happen, right? Some would change it where I couldn't, but I don't know, man. Right now, my mom like, come on. I mean,
it's like the super soldier serum. The super soldier serum and Marvel, these motherfuckers be thinking. These writers read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, the super soldier serum makes you who you really are.
Yeah, that's like money,
right? That's exactly what they were talking about. It makes who you really are. It sounds good.
I think it does. It does, and that's what I say. Like I can't fully tell you, but that's how I know who I am. I can't fully tell you that I would be that person who's saying all that right now. Right? I would be out here trying to get my money away. But I feel like I would. I feel like, look. You would see my name called. We opened up this hospital that, you know what I'm saying? If you have a Medicaid, I already have the intelligence of shit. But okay, well, how can we get people here who have this that don't have to pay money to get in there? They can get free health care. We can figure that out where I could give me a little task cut off the back end from the government. I'll fund it.
Or not. If you got the bread for it.
I probably don't even need it. If I can,
we got good comments coming in. The ones who realize enlightenment typically understand that existing is what you are supposed to do. Many things do not concern them. Amen, brother. Amen. I want autonomy from the government. Freedom will never happen, but one can still have hope. Yeah, and money does that. Money gives you the freedom, and then people get so sucked into that. Because they have the money, they become the Epsteins of the world and all that shit, and then they fucking abuse it. My
thing would be if I was to do this thing like a hospital. Let's make that example, right? where that money can recycle itself. I don't have to make any money from it, but I know at some point I can't keep funding something. Like I wouldn't have enough funds. I'm thinking, but maybe I would. I don't know. $500 million, maybe you would have enough funds to fund it forever.
$500 million isn't really a whole lot of money when it comes to a big thing like that, because there's a lot of people that you're trying to take care of. So I understand what you're saying. It's like, okay, I need to get this money to make money, not make money for me, but make money for itself, so that the program can continue. Power corrupt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure
Superpower will really
would.
corrupt, because I probably wouldn't be a good guy if I had superpowers.
And I think about
Kobe
that a
would
lot.
have to stop me.
I think about that a lot. Like, man, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do with it? And it's like, man, I'd probably try. Of course, I would fund something I like to do, a film studio, or I'd be streaming. I would do something like that. But yeah, I would definitely look at them like, okay, how can
I help the
we
people?
help these people with it not,
without giving you money?
Without giving you money,
like,
yeah.
Beto, I'd be for sure a supervillain. I'd be a supervillain that you could understand. I'd be like Thanos or Magneto. You know what I'm saying? Or even motherfucking Killmonger from Black Panther. Or even the fucking from Black Panther 2. Like, you understand my motivations. You know what I'm saying? But it's still probably not be good. If I had superpowers, money's a little different because I'm very giving with money.
I don't know. I think if you're rich, what's funny is be the only rich person. Like, I'd be trying to get people. Let's get something together, man.
Yeah, if it doesn't run out though, if they thought it's true freedom, money is false freedom.
Yeah,
I agree.
You're right.
Although I would definitely disappear for a while if I came to several million. Yeah.
No.
You kind of have to, bro, just to collect your thoughts.
Yeah, I would
you gotta get your
disappear.
fortress of solitude and
Yeah.
figure out what you're gonna do with it.
But my family would. I'd be with my family.
I would be trying to kill people, Beto.
I'd be with my people. I'd be with my family. That's pretty much all I would be with. My family and the people who know me. That's pretty much, they know where I'd be at. But
yeah,
it's like be out here trying to save the world. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be trying to do something. I may not do it all, but I'll be trying to do something. And I can have some information on stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. I would have time for because you don't have to work, and you don't have to be in a rat race.
What you want to do. That's what I think about.
Yeah, and think about it. You can break everybody off that you need to break off. So give your close relatives, 1-2 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I looked out, and I'm going to look out some more, but I got to try to build something, with this.
Or can we build? If I give you the money, can we build something together, family? Like, let's build something. I mean, I don't know what people with lottery what they do, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always wonder, like, what do you do with the money? Because you never hear that.
A lot of them niggas go broke, bro. They spend that
crazy.
Shit.
That's just,
it's insane.
That's crazy. But anyways, all right, I got the next one.
Oh, we're still doing this.
Yeah, you want to keep it pushing?
Yeah, let's go to
Capital. Let's go to Capital Cap. Yeah.
We'll say that for next week. We need them anyway.
I'll add one. All right, I'll leave the rest of them right.
I bet. Oh shit! He went to the bathroom. I've gone twice since the show because beer makes me do that. What else we got in the comments here? Wait, did I miss this? I do believe I would be corrupted if I had superpowers, but the people I go against would say I'm corrupted. Yeah. Oh, you said I do believe I would. I think you say I would not be. You mean you would not be corrupted? I'd be corrupted at first. We can all do something even small. Agreed. CT. Yeah. I agree too. You both. You stupid. Go to the bathroom. I only need one. Just gotta pinch it. Yeah. Okay. You say you. I do believe I would not be. Okay. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah. I don't. No, if I had superpowers, I could not be corrupted. Like if I had I'm talking like Superman powers. Is what I'm talking, like where I'm pretty much indestructible. Now, if I had like static shock powers, I could get touched. You know what I'm saying? Like the government could touch me. So all powerful type of powers. If I had what's that, Black Lightning's powers, I could get touched. So I'm gonna be I'll probably use my powers for good at all times. Magneto, if I had Magneto's powers, you can't fuck with me. So I might try to bend the world to my will. I might try to rule the world. Now, Kobe will probably find a way to get powers and stop me. So, there's that.
No, I probably wouldn't. I try to talk you down. Like, look, man.
Or you could rule with me.
I probably try to get you to do. Yeah, I try to get you something. Don't do that. Just do this. You're like, all right. Like, well, your power. Like, come on, go rule another planet. You can go on the rule this planet.
Well, hey, what's that movie with where Michael B. Jordan and them? They got those telekinesis powers, and one of them broke bad.
Yeah,
it'd be some shit like that.
They were weak. They didn't train.
Old boy did.
Yeah.
Old boy. Superman power is Superman power is still wouldn't follow any government or corruption. I will follow the moral and ethical code of where I am.
But you are the moral. I get what Rashad's saying. At that point, you are the moral ethical code. At that point,
you're the law.
You have to be like. I mean, the only way you were raised by Clark Kent's parents. Like that's the way.
Right.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'll be ripping spines out. So like,
would you stop the war in Iran?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I would definitely stop that.
But if you did, because we all saw the Superman movie, you break laws doing that. Like, would you go talk to your government first?
I mean, I talked to him. I talked to him. But look, man, this is a rap. If it's not a rap, I'm gonna make it a rap.
And now you become King Superman.
It is what it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not killing people. That's over with.
So is that bending the world to your will?
Yeah.
So you would rule with me then?
I will rule with you, but we're not killing folks just to kill folks.
We're definitely not killing people. But we are ruling the world. All war, no reason for them, according to what we decide. Oh my God! Thank you. Exactly. We don't need
sorry.
it.
There's no more war. I'm sorry. If I was Superman, there's no more war.
No.
You can't stop me. So.
Yeah.
You're destroying all your ships. You're gonna waste so much money. So just don't do it.
I am the nuclear deterrent.
Yeah. You can't do nothing with me.
Right. So, and Superman has done that. He's got rid of all nukes and some comic stories and shit like that. But we've been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We can wrap this shit up, man.
You want to wrap it? Yeah, we did a whole scary story, y'all.
Yeah. I know. Cap or no cap, it can be fun sometimes, but I'm tired. Hey, I kind of want to eat dinner and watch some lanterns. That's kind of what I want to do, and maybe drink a couple more beers. So we appreciate everybody pulling up. And we are sorry we didn't get through our entire program, but guys, we've been going on for
we went on for a minute. We got into the whole money thing, so we'll be back next week. We'll finish out this story, do some more game for the gang.
Yeah, we're way too bitter.
If we get to Cap or No Cap, we'll get to it. But we had a horror story, so you got a lot of it today.
Yeah, that kind of took a lot of time. Pause and all that shit. And I'm a little bit inebriated, and so I get long-winded when that happens. So
same. I'm not a little bit. I'm always long-winded. So.
Right. So Shell said no worries over here because she's a big fan of Cap or No Cap. We don't really have a whole lot for you either.
I didn't put any on here. Next week will be fine though. I'll get some on here. So
I mean, the 13 Ghost one that would have sufficed with Slap Tam, but no, we just get thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a good week as well. And just take care of all those around you, man. So remember, y'all, please like. You've already done that, but tell all your friends. Tell your friends.
I didn't. I was doing another before we go, we'll wrap it up in here in just a second. But I was doing some research on another channel, Earn Your Leisure, their investment channel. Their biggest like videos have been with like Billy Carson and 19 Keys. So this is a thing people like to talk about. We've got, get more people to come and tap in with us. We've covered a lot of stuff, guys, that people start to cover now. It's kind of interesting that people starting to like dig into. So
we're usually ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's surprising. I didn't think we would be, but yeah, we definitely had a lot of stuff. So yeah, I would say don't whistle in the woods, don't whistle at night. Take a look out for Ask Whitey Part 3 coming this week, and venerate your ancestors, and we'll see y'all next week.
And yeah, you know what? I couldn't have said it any better than myself. So we are up out of here. Y'all be good. See you next week. Peace.
Giants.
People who came from the sky.
Yeah.